I was gonna say, I don't know why it's gotta be so hard, but I forget this is literally what I signed up for. Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sydney Lyra. I am a second year rad tech student. I am in my fourth semester. I had to think about it. I am in my fourth semester, and I'm currently in my third clinical rotation. That's a lot to cover. For those of you that are coming back to my channel after me being absent for the past 8 months, I want to apologize. Things have been crazy, to say the least. In the past 8 months, I've been trying to catch my footing, figure out what I'm doing outside of being a college student. I quit my part-time job to start doing DoorDash, and I've tried to figure out other streams of income as well in the meantime. So one of the other things that kind of stopped me from doing my videos was that I felt like I was running out of content to provide. Like I felt like I was running out of things to talk about. So if you guys ever have any suggestions for videos, still please leave them in the comments below, and I will see if I can come up with a video for it. And I felt this need that social media, I feel, does to all of us, that made me feel like I had to always be ready. Like I had to do my hair, I had to do my makeup, I had to look good for the camera all the time so that I could do a video. And it got to be really tedious because it's not real life. It's not real life to look put together all the time, especially when you're as busy as somebody in a medical program is going to be. Regardless of whether it's med school, whether it's nursing school, whether it's rad tech school, vocational programs and medical programs specifically are hard. And anybody who tells you that they're easy is either lying to you or has had immense help. And I don't think there's anything wrong with doing everything to the best of your ability and calling it good enough. You know, my full effort is enough. The last time I posted was the beginning of second semester, and I've missed all of semester 2 and semester 3. So now we're in the beginning of semester 4, and I really want to pick it back up because I feel like I've had some good experiences and some not so good experiences, and I think I have some things to say. I do have some things to say. So semester 2 went well. It was all didactic work, so it was all just classroom. Semester 3 was clinical rotations 1 and 2. My first clinical rotation was at a larger hospital here. And I got to see the OR, I got to see the ER, I got to see fluoroscopy. So I kind of got to see everything. I got to do a little bit of outpatient too. I got some competencies there. I'll kind of go over clinical rotation and competencies in a separate video. My second clinical rotation was the second half of semester 3, and that one was at 2 smaller clinics. So I got to see mostly outpatient clinics, so that was cool too. So kind of stark difference between a busy hospital and clinic setting. So it was nice to see those back to back. Then on top of that, in the past 8 months, I've been dealing with a lot of financial stress because I did quit my part-time job so that I could focus on doing DoorDash because, let's be honest, it makes more money, and kind of making money on the side, doing other things like my other passion projects. I've also been planning for my wedding because I am getting married in August, which is super exciting, but I apparently hate myself trying to go to school and have a wedding in August and then graduate in December. So it's definitely a lot to take on, which is why the YouTube has kind of been put on the back burner. So I'm trying to pick it back up and do the best that I can for you guys, because I do have a lot of things that I feel would be helpful for new incoming students. And honestly, this community has just been so open and amazing with me, and I feel like I've kind of let you guys down in the past 8 months by not being present. So here I am. Another thing that kind of threw me for a loop was that my mom passed away in November. That was in my second clinical rotation, and it was definitely a bombshell. It took a lot for me to continue doing everything that I needed to do and hold everything together. I had to go out to Tennessee for my mom's services, which took time off of clinic that I then had to make up. So that was a whole separate thing. We got a new puppy in December. So if you've ever had a new 8-week-old puppy, you know they are a full-time job. So we definitely had to adjust to that as well. We can introduce, come here. Okay, this is Freya. She is now about 14 weeks, I want to say, maybe 15 weeks. So she's definitely more than that 8 weeks. We're thinking she's a red heeler mix of some sort. She's currently teething, so she's a little mouthy, but she is a sweetheart, an absolute sweetheart. Huh, yes, okay. I woke her up from a nap, so I'm sure she's gonna be a menace for the next 20 to 30 minutes until she settles down again. Or she'll just lay right back down, which is amazing. Okay, so now we're here, and I'm in my third clinical rotation, and things are going pretty good, actually. My first 2 clinical rotations, or I'd say my first clinical rotation, I think was really hard to adjust. And now this one, I feel a lot more confident, and I feel like I have my footing a little bit more, and things I think are starting to look up. And I wish that I had been more open about showing the not so pretty side of going to rad tech school. It's a lot harder than people let on, in terms of, if you've never been in a hospital setting before, it can be really difficult to adjust, I think. So, just something to think about before going into healthcare. And it's not to say that the hospital is difficult, because I think, the hospital is fine. I haven't had any problems with patients. The patients are so amazing, to be honest. But it comes down to being able to adapt to other personalities. And if you're like a social chameleon and you can handle adapting to anybody's personality, that's great. But there's also there's just a whole separate video, I think, to go over clinical experiences. So I'll make a whole separate video on it, and we'll go over it there. If you guys do have any specific questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I think this semester is going really well. For each of the semesters that we had clinical rotation, we also had 2 didactic classes. So last semester we had 2 classes, and then this semester we also have 2 more classes. I'm happy that it's just 2 classes, given the fact that we do 32 hours a week of unpaid work, basically, because that's what we do. Even if we are shadowing somebody, even if we are working with somebody, we're still giving 32 hours of our week to a company that we're pretty much paying to be there for. I think that was pretty much all I wanted to say today. That's where I've been. Where I'm going next, I am currently at a heart hospital, which is really cool. I'm actually enjoying it. I thought it was going to be a bunch of portable chest x-rays, which it is, but I've also gotten a good amount of competencies, which I wasn't expecting. So while it is a heart hospital, there are still other things to see, there are still other things to do. So It's really been beneficial, and it's cool to see. I'm also getting to see a lot of CT because the people who work there also do CT. So it's been nice to kind of see one of the modalities and see how it works and see if it's something that I'm interested in. So yeah, more on my clinical rotations as the videos progress. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you, especially for tuning in after I've been gone for the past 8 months. It really means the world to me. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.